So I am going to give you a short summary of what is happening to our world right now, especially the war. Basically, for our country as Papua New Guinea, it is an advantage for monopoly, and I'm talking monopoly in petroleum, basically for diesel, for gas, for petrol, and the rest of the thing that comes with it. Basically, it is an advantage. If we want to get ourselves off gray listing, well, that I would question it, because we need like certain sort of records from our leaders, but mainly for the devaluation of our kina. If you want to get our kina back, US dollars will be flooding into our economy. If we get a downstream processing and get our petrol right, because that is the trading petrol dollar. And if you know the word, you know it. By then, you would know that our central bank will be smiling and the value of our kina will be also smiling. So, guys, the government, whatever you are, I heard them, talking about the downstream processing in the House of Parliament, basically by the Prime Minister himself. Well, you gotta not talk about it, but do it right now. I'm saying do it as if your life depends on it. If you want to get our economy, value up in this dying moment. It can be a very bad moment, but we have the source itself. And if we can produce it in our country, we will make it rain on our economy. So yeah, anyway, I'm showing all this passion here because I think this is the moment that we can shine. Well, if we can. Well, apart from that, of course, we will not become a first world country all of a sudden, which includes a lot of infrastructure development and all this, crazy things. But we can, I say it again, and I'll say it softly, we can value our currency to level up. We can revalue our currency to level up with the current currencies of the world. Anyway, with that, let's go back straight to the war right now. Who's winning? Well, of course, we know, a superpower like United States cannot be defeated currently, but Iran is holding up so strong, it's sort of defeating a lot of, the odds and the mentality that we have, that we think that they can be just wiped out just like that. But in fact, they have stood up. A lot of fighter planes from the United States have been shot down. Of course, 2 of them were shot down in Kuwait, which was friendly fire, but one was a F-35, which is a superior, stealthy, state-of-the-art, advanced fighter plane. But it was shot, but it wasn't completely shot out of the air, but it was, shot in such a way that it was able to retrieve back to the, the carrier, the aircraft carrier, and it was able to get the technicians and the engineer to work on it to fix it back. But that shows how resistant this regime can be. Of course, it was dismantled, the leaders are gone, but the people have been indoctrinated for quite some time. And that was 45 years since the reign of the Ayatollah. So basically, it is a sad situation for Israel Iron Dome system and the David Sling with the other defense system that they have. Like, they have multiple defense system, especially because Iran is shooting cluster bombs, and Israel has to do much better than just shooting down at a specific range. They definitely have to meet the missile before it breaks into clusters of missiles, so that innocent children and people will not suffer. But if you know this, story of this October 7, I know it's very, very bad for the Jewish people, and it was a victory for the Hamas militant who actually invaded the land of Israel and basically, killed 1,000+ people at the Nova festivals, and that was in 2003. And 3 years later, and that is 3 years later, they did the mass, retaliation by attacking the mother of the whole system. And of course, Iran is globally known as the mother of all these extremist ideas like Hamas and even Al-Qaeda, going back to the late Osama bin Laden, and other extremist groups alongside, like the one we just had from Lebanon currently, Hezbollah, basically shooting rockets into Israel. They should have learned better from basic neighbors, the basic neighbor like Gaza, and not to go up against. But this indoctrination, this mind or brainwashing ideology is really killing people to see the reality. Like, war doesn't create things, it only left destruction, chaos, poverty, misery, a living hell on earth. People are not learning. I don't know what can make them learn, but whatever it takes, we all know that peace is the victory, the ultimate victory for everyone, and we hope that all this must come together and realize that it is a family war and peace is the ultimate victory. Peace. Shalom.